My name is Kim Piper, and I'm here to help you refresh your school occupational therapy practice. Today, we're going to talk about the referral to evaluation process. This is an exciting topic for me because coming from an outpatient setting, there was more clear-cut process for evaluation. We would get a referral from the doctor, and then the patient would be scheduled for an evaluation followed up by treatment visits. In the school system, let's face it, many times we get a referral by way of a conversation from a teacher in the hallway or an email after a parent-teacher conference. It might sound something like this. I'm concerned about this student's fine motor skills. Can you come take a look? So what should we do in that situation? If we don't have a clear process, we can get caught up in running ourselves ragged with observations and creating resources for students who aren't even on our caseload. It's important to note that I take each concern seriously. I err on the side of trusting the teachers. They have 20-some students in their grade level each year, and they know the norms when it comes to what the students can and cannot do, and they know the outliers. So in my process, I start with communication with the teacher. I find out which occupations are impacted. For example, handwriting, whole group learning, PE, etc. Then I go ahead and ask them if they suspect that it's related to a disability, either identified by an existing special education eligibility like speech and language impaired. Let's face it, apraxia can impact students in many ways, or maybe an early childhood developmental delay. Or if it's something that has not been identified as a school eligibility, but the parents might have mentioned something such as prematurity or a medical condition or ADHD. From there, I schedule a classroom observation during the time of the occupation that we identified as a concern. Finally, I ask them if they brought the student to the school-wide Child Find, Child Study, or MTSS team, whatever it's named in your district. I encourage them to do so, especially if they suspect a disability that has not been identified, because oftentimes there's more than one thing going on, and it's best to start the documentation process about interventions tried in the classroom. So I complete the scheduled observation and write up a one-page summary to share with the teacher and the student assistance team. In this summary, I include a paragraph about what I saw in the observation, a summary of my impressions, and then bullet point some specific suggestions for the teacher to try in the classroom, sometimes linking resources. I make sure to clarify that it's an observation summary, not to be confused with an official request for evaluation or the READ process, the review of existing evaluation data. If after that observation, I do see delays or difficulties that I suspect are related to a disability, then I typically start the team collaboration process in the building. I talk to the speech therapist, social worker or counselor, physical therapist, and school psychologist. Ideally, this collaboration would be a scheduled student assistance team meeting that would also include the teacher and the principal. The team would determine if and when we would want to initiate the special education evaluation process with the READ to review our current information along with what the parents add as additional input and medical history so that we can determine a plan for what specific evaluations that we want to conduct to determine if the student meets the criteria for a specific special education eligibility. Typically, we have a few eligibility areas in mind and tend to ask questions related to those areas to drive our evaluation plan. The conclusion of the READ meeting or the date that the parents sign off on the plan initiates the 30 school day time clock in Michigan that we have to complete the evaluation, determine eligibility, and complete an IEP, either a short one checking that they're ineligible, or a complete IEP with identified strengths, areas of need, goals, services, and programs. I hope this helps you organize your thinking and develop your process for referrals.